What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're out here in the garage for the last time before we make our way down to Florida for Daytona Bike Week 2025. Yes, the time has now come, and yes, I got my bike done in time with no days to spare. Literally, I have to load the bike up in the trailer tonight, and we're heading down to Miami, Florida to go see George at All American Cycle first before we make our way to Daytona Bike Week. As some of you may know, I've been building a 2024 Road Glide back here in Billiard Gray. I wanted to build it for Daytona Bike Week, and I decided to build a turbocharged bagger. I've had my 2019 Performance bagger for about 5-6 years now, and I wanted to do something different on this bike. I didn't want to just do another big bore kit or a big motor bike. I wanted to do something with boost, and I was either going to pro charge it or put a turbo on it, and I decided to go with a turbo simply because I had some help from Silver Turbos. Silver Turbos worked with me on this build, and I really like the way their turbo kits are designed, different from the rest. So I wanted to give them a try and install it myself with the help of Dave over at Wheaties Performance, which, by the way, huge shout out to Wheaties Performance. There's no way I would have got this bike done for Daytona without him, guys. We've had countless hours in my garage and his garage trying to get this thing done for Daytona, running into snags left and right, waiting on parts, waiting on powder coat. Like, guys, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't slept in 32 hours. Like, I've been up and at it and grinding, trying to get this thing done for Bike Week, and I kind of feel a little bit of relief right now because I did just finish it tonight. Literally tonight. The bike is getting loaded tonight, and we're trailering it down to Miami, Florida tomorrow. Literally. I had no days to spare. Literally just finished up putting the graphics on and wiped it down so I can make this video for you guys before it heads down south to Florida, because once it's gone in the trailer, I won't be able to make a video on it until we get down to All American Cycle, where the bike's going to get dyno tuned. So make sure you guys stay tuned. I will be doing a full review on this turbo kit and also show you guys how much power and torque it makes on the dyno down at All American Cycle. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I am going to try to do a daily vlog down in Daytona for Bike Week this year. I did last year and you guys liked it. With that being said, if you guys are going down to Daytona, make sure you guys hit me up on Instagram at DOOWORK Motorsports and let me know where you're going to be at. If you guys want to buy some merch, hit me up. I'm bringing all my merch with me down to Florida, and if you guys want some merch, I can meet up with you and get you guys some merch. So I will have t-shirts, hoodies, and hats with me down there. So if you guys want some merch, make sure you guys hit me up on there. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram because I will be posting on there everywhere I'm at. So I'll be tagging locations and letting you guys know where I'll be at throughout the whole bike week. So if you guys are trying to run into me, say hi, say what's up, grab a sticker, grab some merch, whatever. Make sure you guys hit me up on there, follow me so that you guys will know where I'll be at throughout the whole week. But without further ado, let's hop into today's video, the most important video of this whole build series and the one you guys have all been waiting for. I'm about to reveal the new look of my 2024 Road Glide in Billiard Gray, my new performance bagger for 2025. So let's take a look. Boom! Check it out, guys. The all-new look for 2025. My 2024 Road Glide in Billiard Gray, wrapped in a Fighter Pilot graphics kit. Shout out to Total Performance Graphics. They designed this kit for me. We worked on it together. I brought the bike up to their shop and we sized everything. I had an idea in mind. I visualized it. We sized it up and he printed the graphic kit out for me, and I just laid it tonight and it turned out exactly how I envisioned it. So I wanted to basically do a Fighter Pilot themed Road Glide. Goes along well with the turbo kit from Silver Turbos and the Bad Boys Freedom seat from Bad Boy Cycles. Huge shout out to Bad Boy Cycles for being a part of this build. It's a father and son company and they're a great group of guys to deal with. Great customer service, and their seats are top notch, guys. Absolutely love their seats. This is the Freedom Series seat. So I have the solo seat on right now. There is a rear pillion seat that I'm going to be putting on for Daytona and my tour pack, but I wanted to show you guys the graphics kit first before I put the rear seat and the tour pack on. So stay tuned for that. But basically what I want to do is go through the bike from front to back and show you guys what I did exactly. So I was talking with Neil at Total Performance Graphics. I told him I want to do something with a stripe down the whole center of the bike. So I want to do something on the fairing, on the fender, on the tank, and then on the rear fender as well. And I want to list the companies that helped out with this build on the back fender there. And on top of that, I want to tie in a fighter pilot theme to the bike. So that's why we have no step there on the bags. We got F-22 here on the side panels. We've got the Air Force logo here. And I wanted to implement Harley-Davidson on there because I can't stand bikes that don't have Harley-Davidson on the tank or anywhere on the bike. So I went ahead and had them custom make me a Harley-Davidson emblem with the Air Force logo for the tank. And then up here, I had them do Harley-Davidson on the front fender as well. So I'm stoked on how the graphics turned out. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the new graphics kit from Total Performance Graphics. We went with carbon fiber stripe with a blue outline, a blue pinstripe all the way down the bike. And the blue pinstripe was to match the new powder coated wheels I have on the bike, guys. Check those out. Huge shout out to my powder coater for killing it once again on the wheels. This color here is called Illusion Light Blue. And I also had the turbo, the cold side of the turbo done in that color as well. And then I went ahead and found this filter online. Got like the purple and gold in it too. So I definitely think that added a nice touch to the whole turbo kit itself. And then moving on back here, I had them powder coat the tip for the muffler. And then moving on back here, it's kind of dark. I'll take the saddlebag off here in just a second. But moving on back here, we have the rear wheel that's also powder coated, obviously, with the new Galfer waved rotor, guys. Huge shout out to Galfer for sending me this rotor. So some of you might be wondering why I don't have matching Galfer front rotors on the bike. And that's simply because the new 2024 and up models have a different bolt pattern for their stock wheels. So Galfer had to create a whole new rotor because the spacing between where they mount up, the bolt pattern is different. The spacing is different. And the rotors are a little bit bigger than on the older touring models. So Galfer is going to send me a set of front waved rotors to match the rear waved rotor once they come in stock. And they're supposed to be coming in stock this week. So what they're going to do is overnight me a set when they get them in. And I'm going to have them shipped directly to my condo in Daytona. And I'll throw them on in the garage in Daytona so that I can have matching rotors, front and rear Galfers. So I'm super excited to get those on there because now that I have the rear Galfer, the front stock rotors just don't cut it, guys. They do not look good on there. I do have Galfers on Gold Digger as well. If you guys remember, I have the Galfers front and rear on that bike as well. But yeah, huge shout out to Galfer for hooking me up with these rotors. Can't wait to get the fronts installed because I think it'll tie in the whole front of the bike when I get those Galfer waved rotors on there. So some of you may have seen in a previous video, I do have the Clockworks 10-inch Sport Flare windshield on this bike. And I also have a tinted headlight cover that literally is removable. It's Velcroed on. And I put that on there. I know this thing gets a lot of hate online. I love the sinister look it gives the front of the motorcycle. And yeah, I'm really excited to get this thing down to Florida so I can actually ride it. I haven't had a chance to actually ride it yet with the new turbo kit because I do live in Michigan and we have a foot of snow on the ground right now. It's super cold and the roads are all full of salt and slush and just nasty. And I don't want to take this thing out, for one, freeze my butt off, for two, get it gross and salty and nasty. And I cannot wait to get this thing down to sunny Florida and actually put some miles on it and enjoy it. And also review it for you guys to let you know, hey, it's worth it to put a turbo on the bike, or hey, it's not worth it. So I can't wait to bring more content to the channel with my new 2024 Road Glide, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Then I got all the companies that helped out with this build on the rear fender. So huge shout out to Silver Turbos, Clockworks, Kraus, Santoro Fabworks, All American Cycle, Bad Boy Cycles, Galfer Brakes, Hogworks, and most of all, Wheaties Performance. And also Total Performance Graphics for designing this kit and printing it out for the Road Glide, it turned out absolutely killer, guys. For this being super rushed and not a lot of time to design it and actually lay it and wrap it, I've literally been up for 2 days straight trying to lay these graphics, and I gotta be honest with you, the front fender, the tank stripe, and the rear fender stripe were not easy to do. They're a curved surface and a sticker is flat. So do the math on that and you let me know how hard that is to lay without getting any creases in the vinyl or any bubbles. Definitely a lot of work, but it definitely paid off and I love the way it looked. It's exactly what I envisioned and exactly what I wanted for this 2024 performance bagger build. As you saw in my last video, I talked about the painted inner fairing. I did a gloss black painted inner fairing on this one, along with Cicada speakers and amp. I haven't had a chance to review these Cicada speakers, but I will be doing that down in Daytona next to John's bike, which is another 2024 Road Glide with a stock stereo. And I'm gonna be comparing the Cicada stereo versus the stock stereo to let you guys know if it's worth it or not to upgrade to an aftermarket stereo with amp on the new 2024 bikes. So stay tuned for that video. I will be making that down in Daytona. And then again, huge shout out to Kraus for their amazing looking T-bar setup. Their Wolf 1 Pro kit, guys. This is a 10-inch rise with their billet top tree, billet risers, and stainless bar. This is their low bend bar. This bar here is gonna give you like your motocross feel bar, like you're on a dirt bike. And I went with these stainless bars to match the stainless exhaust on the turbo kit. Some of you guys might be wondering what this guy here is. This here is a boost gauge that I installed on the bike because I want to see how much boost we're pushing. Supposedly there's a 7-pound spring in the wastegate here, so I want to make sure that we aren't going to overpower the motor. As you guys know, this is a stock motor just with a cam, so I don't want to get too crazy with the boost. I do have a few different springs I'm going to be putting in the bike on the dyno to see what kind of power we can get out of this thing, but I also want to be able to monitor the boost, so I went ahead and wired up a boost gauge, and I'll show you guys what that looks like when I turn the key on. Check that out. I don't know why it's blinking in the camera. It's not blinking in person, but it's something to do with the LEDs. But you can basically change the color of the boost gauge as well. And I think that's really cool that you can do that. I like to keep it on that light blue because, for one, it matches the blue in the wrap. And it also is the easiest to see. If you guys watched my last video, you'd know that I upgraded to the LED switches here from Harley. And here's a good POV of what the dash looks like. As you can see, the Kraus T-bars do not block your infotainment system. And I wanted to mount the boost gauge down here to kind of keep it nice and discreet and out of the way. It's a real nice, clean look. You can't really even tell that it's on there. I used some wire loom and ran the wires down like I did the wiring for the bars, and you can't even see it. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the boost gauge. Do you guys like where I mounted it, or do you think I should have mounted it somewhere else? There's not very many places to mount it without it looking gaudy. I thought about mounting it up here under the windshield, but then I got to drill holes in my vent, and I didn't really want to do that. I kind of like the clean look up there with the Clockworks windshield and the infotainment system. I feel like this is nice and hidden and out of the way, but still there to monitor my boost to see how much boost I'm actually going to be pushing out of this turbocharged Gen 2 M8. A huge shout out to Bad Boy Cycles for sending me their new crash bar. This is their performance bagger style crash bar. And I will put a link to this crash bar in the description of the video if you guys are interested in putting one of those on your bikes. It kind of looks like the CVO ST crash bar, but better. And it has their logo on it, Bad Boy Cycles, made in the US of A, guys. Bad Boy Cycles is out of California. Make sure you guys hit them up if you have any questions regarding seats, windshields, crash bars, and more, guys. It's a father and son company, and they are very easy to deal with, very nice, and they have the best customer service out there, guys. So make sure you guys hit them up. Most of you guys have seen the Santoro Fabworks bolt kit that I installed on the bike along with the Santoro Fabworks shift linkage. I also installed the Easy Shift from Kraus. Again, shout out to Kraus for sending me the Easy Shift. I definitely noticed that the bike goes into gear a lot smoother than it did without that on there. Also, I took the derby cover off of Gold Digger and put it on here because it's gray and it matches the gray bike. And Bad Boy Cycles made me a new derby cover for Gold Digger with my new logo in gold. Check that out, guys. So they laser engraved my logo into the derby cover and then had it custom painted to match all the gold accents on Gold Digger, guys. Huge shout out to Bad Boy Cycles. They knocked it out of the park on this one, guys. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Moving on to the back here. If you guys saw my last video, you'd know that I spray painted my taillights with VHT nightshades and made them black to kind of tie in the whole black and gray and blue theme we have going on with this one. Definitely love the way those taillights look tinted out. Again, since this is a fighter pilot themed bike, that's why I have no step on the bags. So I went ahead and took the saddlebag off to show you guys the rear galpher waved rotor. I had them customize it with blue spacers in here. And then I had the rotor bolts powder coated blue as well. Also, I wanted to show you the new adjustable rear axle from Kraus, guys. This thing here is a game changer, especially if you go chain drive, which this bike will eventually be chain drive. I just ran out of time, did not have time to install a chain drive kit and get the parts here in time for Daytona Bike Week. So we're still on a belt drive, but this bike will most likely be needing a chain here soon. So we have the adjustable axle in here from Kraus. I put a link to that in the description of the video as well if you guys are interested in getting a Kraus adjustable rear axle for your road glide or street glide. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is install the rear freedom seat, the pillion, and also put on the tour pack because that's how I'm going to trailer it down to Florida. I'm probably going to be riding around Daytona with the tour pack on mostly because I will be carrying a lot of my merch with me. Just in case I run into some of you guys and you guys want some merch, I will have enough space to carry it with the tour pack. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the rear seat on in the tour pack and show you guys what the bike looks like with all that on there. Alright guys, so we got the rear seat on, and as you can see, it matches the stitching in the rider seat. And this is the Bad Boy Cycles Freedom Series seat in a regular reach, not extended reach. I really like the quality of the Bad Boy Cycle seats. They got their logo embroidered on the side of the seat here. Nice soft seat with a lot of back support here. And then we have the matching backrest pad for the tour pack as well. Again, this is a Hogworks Razor pack. This is their thinnest tour pack that they make. We open this up here and we got matching gray diamond stitched liners for the tour pack as well. I just wanted to give you guys an overview of what I did in the last couple weeks here getting ready for Daytona Bike Week. Alright guys, I gotta be honest with you, I'm wore out. It's been a long couple days, long nights, and I am literally on no sleep. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. If you like the video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button. Turn your notification bells on as well to stay up to date with my latest content. Make sure you guys stay tuned. I will be bringing you guys tons of Daytona content. I've got CVO ST content coming as well because we're taking my dad's CVO ST with the new motor in it down to All American Cycle and having him tune it. So I will be doing a full review on that bike, and I also will be letting you know what motor, what size motor we went with, what parts we went with, and how much power that bike made on the dyno. But yeah, it's late. I gotta get loaded up. So that's gonna do it for today's video. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.